Putin defended J.K. Rowling against cancel culture. Vladimir Putin is enraged at the United States and other Western nations have condemned his invasions of Ukraine, which resulted in the deaths of tens of thousands of people. On Friday, the bloodthirsty authoritarian borrowed a page from the American right wing, comparing retaliations against the war to cancel culture. Putin has expressed his support for J.K. Rowling, defending the author, in a speech condemning the concept of cancel culture in the West. During his ongoing invasions of Ukraine, Russian President Vladimir Putin claimed that the West is attempting to erase signs of Russian culture, claiming that the works by composers such as Pyotr Tchaikovsky, Dmitry Shostakovich, and Sergei Rachmaninoff are being ignored. Putin then used J.K. Rowling, the creator of Harry Potter, as an example of someone who has been affected by cancel culture. They just canceled Joanne Rowling, a children's author whose novels are distributed all over the world, just because she didn't meet the demands of gender rights. Putin remarked in a television speech. They are now attempting to delegitimize our country, he added. I'm referring to the rising discriminations against anything related to Russia. Rowling has been involved in a number of scandals as a result of her remark about transgender people. For years, she has been accused of transphobia, although she has denied having any unfavorable feelings toward transgender individuals. Putin went on to link today concept of cancel culture to Nazis burning books in the 1930s in his address. We recall seeing footage of them burning books, he said. It's unthinkable to conceive such a thing happening in our nation, and our culture protects us from it. And it's inextricably linked to our motherland Russia, where ethnic prejudice has no place and where representatives from dozens of ethnic groups have coexisted for generations. He went on to say that in Russia, ethnic hatred has no place, and that cultural diversity is the glory of our civilization. Putin made no mentions of the Russian government's long-standing efforts to suppress LGBTQ rights, most recently in a lawsuit alleging that an LGBTQ rights organization is engaging in behavior that violates traditional values. This isn't the first time Russia has blamed the West's revenge for its invasions of Ukraine on the cancellations of culture. Since the United States and its allies began imposing sanctions on Russia, Russian Director of Foreign Intelligence Sergei Naryshkin claimed earlier this month that the masks have been dropped off the US and its allies. The West isn't merely seeking to erect a new Iron Curtain around Russia, he explained. We are talking about attempts to destroy our state, or as it's increasingly typical in a tolerant, liberal, fascist environment, its cancellations. Russia has been destroying Ukraine for the past months. The exact number of Russian soldiers killed in the conflict is unknown. However, estimates range from 3,000 to 15,000 soldiers. Thousands more have been injured or gone missing, and the invasion has claimed the lives of many Ukrainians. Experts say Putin's remarks are consistent with the Kremlin strategy of using disinformation and propaganda to divide and weaken Western democracy. But according to Mary Blankenship, a scholar at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, Putin's bizarre outbursts demonstrate how warped his view of reality is. His rhetoric is quite comparable to rhetoric utilized in the West, particularly in the debate between more liberal and more conservative viewpoints, Blankenship added. In the United States, we have Fox News, and some of the rhetoric on there is quite similar to some of the rhetoric on there. Rowling was embroiled in yet another controversy earlier this month for a tweet that mentioned International Women's Day while also hinting at previous transphobic remarks she'd made. Will affect the most vulnerable women in society, those seeking treatment after male violence or rape, and incarcerated women, the author tweeted regarding Scotland's gender recognition reform bill. Statistics demonstrate that incarcerated women are considerably more likely to have been abused in the past. The bill would amend the country's present gender rules to make it simpler for citizens to legally alter their gender. Rowling slammed the British Labour Party for its attitude on gender and equality on the same day, International Women's Day. Rowling stated in a tweet that received a lot of backlash. Apparently, under a Labour government, today will become We Who Must Not Be Named Day. Now, J.K. Rowling blames Putin for pulling her into a cancel culture diatribe against the West, while Putin defends her. J.K. Rowling, a British author, has struck back against Russian President Vladimir Putin's criticisms of Western cancel culture. Critiques of Western cancel culture are maybe not the best, made by people who are actively executing civilians for the crime of resistance or who arrest and poison their critics, Rowling wrote on Twitter, posting a link to an article on Putin critics Alexei Navalny, who is currently in prison. Blankenship said earlier Friday afternoon that it's too early to tell if the J.K. Rowling statement is gaining traction. Similar statements have, however, made their way around the world in the past. So please share your ideas with us in the comment box below. If you like the show, please subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button. Please like and share the video with your friends and family by clicking on the like button below. To receive updates on our new videos, turn on the notification below. For the time being, that's all we've got. Bye bye and see you in the next video.